there appears to be something in the middle of the cake.
Dun dun! Music is rising and everyone is getting anxious.
I think it could be toffee.
Toffee!
We're going to take my first bite.
What vibe? What vibe?
Welcome to part 4 of my vlog about life on a cruise ship during the coronavirus pandemic. We've now been on this ship, docked in port in Hamburg, for around 3 weeks, and we're still in the early stages of a worldwide lockdown. For the entertainment team, things are fairly relaxed at the moment. We've more or less come to terms with the unfortunate situation we're in, and in the next week or so, we'll be leaving the ship and returning to our respective countries. We're still performing our shows every couple of days for the crew. While it would obviously be better to perform for a paying audience, these performances give the singers and technical crew very useful live experience. The singers know the music really well by this point, so our rehearsals are pretty laid-back affairs. The house band regularly performs for the crew at social events, and a few days ago, they invited crew members to perform on stage with them. Here I am singing Enter Sandman by Metallica, because why not? Now that our departure is approaching, some of our time each day is devoted to tidying up our workspace and putting things in storage for what could be many months.
Some content.
Management has also started giving us random jobs to do around the ship. This afternoon, our job is to clean the children's play area. None of us are overjoyed about doing maintenance or cleaning tasks, but somewhere in the contract that we signed several months ago is almost certainly a clause stating that our employer has the right, in unusual situations like the one we currently find ourselves in, to give us taskings unrelated to music. I don't particularly mind because it's only a couple of hours a day, and it's a good chance to talk to people from different countries, something I always find interesting. I think management realizes that if they try and get musicians to do an excessive amount of random work, they will ultimately rebel, so they're not pushing us too hard for now. I never thought I'd be on a cruise ship during a pandemic, cleaning windows, but there you go. It's better than being unemployed, I guess. Tonight, everyone on board is invited to a grill party. In other words, a German barbecue. The entertainment team has been tasked with setting up the pool deck and decorating the place prior to the evening's festivities. Tonight's entertainment will be provided by the house band. The musicians in the house band come from Serbia, and they're some of the funniest and most laid-back people I've ever met. I recently learned that there are a number of employees from countries like Serbia or Ukraine who are having trouble finding flights back to their own countries. As a citizen myself of a Western nation, it's easy to forget the real and direct impact that this crisis is having on billions of people around the world. I had the opportunity the next day to speak with a Filipino colleague, Melandro, about his situation.
So what's the coronavirus situation like in the Philippines at the moment? I haven't really been keeping up to date with that part of the world.
At the moment, we had like more than 3,000, like 3,600.
Everyone's in lockdown?
Yes, we are on lockdown. Yeah. The president announced that to extend it until May.
Yeah. I imagine the Philippines being so crowded, especially Manila, where you're from, without lockdown, the whole city would just be infected.
That's what I'm thankful of, because the government is really doing their best to handle this crowd. It's like 4 or 3 people each day.
Yeah. So the Philippines, like, are they letting nationals back in, or?
Yes, but like everybody else, I heard that you have to go to quarantine in
Yeah.
like 14 days.
How long was your contract?
Supposed to be my contract is from March until November.
Wow.
Yeah, long contract, 8 months.
Wow, yeah, okay. Are you like trying to stay on the ship as long as you can,
If I
or?
were to choose, I want to stay.
Yeah,
Not just because of the money. I feel safer here. in the ship.
yeah,
You never know when we go to the airport and back to the Philippines. You don't know what will happen.
yeah,
Here is safer, place is clean, and there's no suspected case, so
yeah.
it's safer.
This situation's very difficult for most people who work on ships because it's not easy to find another job
Yeah.
when they move back.
It's really hard, and because not just the job. You can't really expect too much from the government.
Right.
Because I don't think they're doing their job really to support the Filipino people.
Yeah, yeah. So there's no like welfare from the Philippine
There
government,
is,
or
but
there is?
not everybody gets it
Yeah,
because the system is very slow. The coordination is really not that good. You know, the Filipino people are really stubborn.
yeah,
When they say don't go out, no.
yeah, yeah,
Especially those people who live in really poor areas
yeah.
with small houses, and the temperature in the Philippines is really hot.
Oh,
so
yeah.
There's a tendency that they will go out. Now everybody should stop working. Just a little portion, maybe those really important government agencies are going to work.
Yeah, it's just an impossible situation for like most people in in those sorts of countries. It's just like, what do you do?
There's no option but to stay at home.
Yeah,
So at least to prevent the virus from spreading.
yeah,
Pillows in Germany are so random. Like, that's not a pillow. It's like a cushion mutated with like a doona for a dwarf. Like, what's this? Like what even is this? It's basically just a sack of like soft material. The filling isn't even distributed like evenly. It's f***ing I mean, how is that a pillowcase? Like, I would use this if I was robbing a bank. Like, what? It's almost like a puzzle that someone made. Right, this is just a waste of time. What we're doing. Home sweet home. But not for too much longer. Okay, my hair's getting a bit long and annoying, so I'm going to see if I can track down a haircut. The ship has an actual dedicated hairdresser salon, but those people went home like a week ago. So I may have to go through the Filipino mafia. I've been given a number to call of a Filipino guy who cuts hair. So, hi, is that Kenneth? Hi, do you cut hair? 7 o'clock tomorrow? And where? Deck 4. Okay, so apparently I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. Today, several of the singers and I were asked to record a song first made famous in 1985 by Dionne Warwick. That's what Friends are for. Management hasn't told us exactly what we're doing it for, but I've gathered that it's for some sort of publicity or motivational video. The singers worked hard to learn a completely new song in only a few hours, and here you can see us rehearsing prior to the recording. Okay, I'm on my way to get a haircut. It's in one of the passenger cabins. We've been moved, well, half of us have been moved into passenger cabins, so here we are. As I just mentioned, half of all crew members have been moved into passenger cabins. Under normal circumstances, most crew members share a small crew cabin with a colleague, but this change has been made to assist with social distancing. So what department do you work in?
Housekeeping.
Housekeeping, yeah. Probably
Are you really sure? Are you sure to cut?
Yeah, yeah. So were you like a barber in the Philippines?
No.
Oh, it's too
I just learned from. Before I learned from my father.
yeah,
And then
yeah. How many haircuts do you do like normally, like every week?
maybe around 5, 6 like that. But
Really?
sometimes 2, 3 like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I asked my colleague to cut also my hair because he's doing practice also.
Yeah. Do you know when you're going back to the Philippines?
No,
No idea.
because I came from the province of Manila.
Oh, okay.
So now the province is still locked down.
Yep.
And no flight going there.
Yep.
Your face become different now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, it's my last day on board. I just need to pack all my things up. I've got a very early flight tomorrow morning, like 7 a.m. So I'll have to leave the ship at like 3:45 a.m. The medical center gave me some hand sanitizer, a mask and some gloves. So presumably I just put these on at like the airport and walk around. I don't really know. Yeah, she'll be right, mate. Good to go. So I've just got to pack everything up and hopefully I'll have time to do a little video later. It's 3:41 a.m. I'm walking through the terminal. This is pretty weird.
So that's the story of how I spent a month on a cruise ship during a pandemic without ever leaving the port. Like most people, I'll look back on this as a strange and unprecedented time, a situation that caught the world off guard and forced us to adapt and change very quickly. Only history will reveal the true significance of this global event, and as I make my onward journey to my home country of Australia, I can only speculate at how the world might change from here on. At any rate, I'm thankful to have met some great people and to have done what I love best, which is making music. Thanks for watching and keep an eye out for my next video, where I document spending 2 weeks in mandatory quarantine in a hotel in Melbourne. Until then, take care.
We're in the middle of the apocalypse!